And good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Mufc Realist TV. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? We are here live to tell you that Eric Ten Hag is under scrutiny, but Eric Ten Hag is here to fight back. And we are playing Brentford. So we better watch out not to get a sting from the Brentford because that would be a devastating blow, according to my opinion. Joining me in the studio, it's no other than Mark. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good. I'm good. How is everyone doing today? I might be very positive for fans liking today, but today we got to talk positive, stay positive with the team, and back the
That's
manager.
it. We got to stay positive, people. But please, before we continue, you know what to do. There's a lot of things that you can do. I set the settings today because we are 10 people away from 17,000 subscribers. The counter down there lies because that's not real time. But according to my counter here is 10 subscribers away. So if you want to chat, you have 5 minutes to subscribe and let's go. Hope you hit that like and subscribe button. Mark, there's a lot of things that's been going on in the news today. We're going to talk about, what Ten Hag's been saying, calling out certain players in a nice way, but not kind of direct, just basically on the body language and the weak mentalities, certain ways that, you cannot criticize certain players because they're fragile. What have you read into that story, Mark?
Well, I was just thinking about it in the sense that he is disappointed in some of the players. He depends on a few of them as key players, as seniors in the team, but they have not been stepping up to the plate. They've been shirking their responsibilities. So it's hard to say that he can depend on them and continue to start them, but what other choice does he have? To go with youth?
Yeah, probably. I mean, his team selections has been a little bit of a, I can understand you want to play the players into the form, but he's dropped people before, like in an Ajax. He's dropped people before when he's first started with, United as well. So I believe he's definitely got it in him, right? So another positive news as well that just came out on One Football app as well that apparently we're looking for new, director of football. Well needed,
Well
because the
needed.
director of football is his boss, and the director of football is kind of like letting him down. So, yeah, it's been widely reported that Paul Mitchell has been linked to join Manchester United, no matter what, if it's Sheikh Yassim or if it's Ineos. But also coming out today, fresh from the press, the Manchester United and Spurs, Tottenham Hotspurs, are moving for Atletico Madrid's transfer guru. Did you know about this one? Andrea
I
Berta.
I read about it on the One Football app a little while back, like 2 days ago, I think. But I wasn't taking it too seriously because you know how it goes with those things. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You wait for more concrete evidence to come out, like talks are successful, they're working on a contract, or he's about to take up the position. He's there investigating the facilities to see what's going on and what he needs to be done, those kind of things, because speculation is speculation at the end of the day. And like, I would love to get Paul Mitchell to replace our current DOF, but
Oh, you mean the fake one, the plastic one that's there to
yeah, the
serve the
plastic
Glazers?
one,
They've been
but
called out 100%, 100%. Anyway, just going to go to the comments as well. We're going to shout out everyone that's in the comments. Carlos is in the house. Big up to you, Carlos. I can see you. We can feel you. Do you still think we'll get Qatar? I have doubts now. They basically watched my podcast yesterday, so this should be done by now. And Sly Jim got not me worried. It should be done by now, according to some certain fans. But I'm going to touch base on that as well because, you know, uh, Mark, the problem is with our fan base is that we don't see long-term vision. We have tunnel vision, right? We think
big
that
facts.
sacking a manager, will solve the problem. Meaning selling a certain players will fix the problem and solution. But we never see like the light at the end of the tunnel. We just want quick fixes. And this time around, I think that fan base need to be a little bit more patient. I can understand like the sales takeover process. It's kind of a it's a $6 billion deal. Like what I mean. It's a lot of money. We are on the 10 month, 11th month, coming in the 11th month. The financial report hasn't been coming out yet, and Jeff Steele became a member as well. Oh, big up, mate! Big up! That's got to be celebrated. Jeff Steele just became a member as well, so we got to have some fireworks. Big up to you, mate. Thank you, Jeffy, for coming back and becoming a member. Angie, please like and subscribe to that button as well. Listen, Mark is learning his trades here. He's got controls. I'm hands free here. So he's going over the comments and having fun. Who else do we have to shout out? Welcome to the family, Jeff Steele. What Carlos is saying. Angie, hi, and Jarvis. Jarvis is not here, Angie. We can see you. Whatever you say, please like and subscribe 100%. Director Me is here as well, saying no sales, stuck with Glazers, mess for life. Whew, that would be the worst. Imagine, Mark, you marry this woman and you can never get rid of her.
I
Oh,
mean,
woman, oh, cry.
I won't think that's a bad thing, but like if the woman isn't the right woman, then it might be a problem situation. But
Yeah.
then again, there's always the integration part. So there's a bit of both. So hopefully the choice that you make is a good one from the
Well,
beginning.
marriage in a way, it's kind of like the Glazer family. It's like, you constantly have to pay. It's like a lifetime long mortgage. You always have to pay and pay and pay and pay interest. If you missed it, she's going to give you hell. Dobar dan Miki, Mark, pozdrav momci, dobar dan Miloš. That is Miloš Mičić from Serbia saying g'day to everyone, g'day to the chat room. RJ, we can see you as well. How you all doing today? Are we feeling a little bit more positive since we are playing in 2 days' time? Simon Heron say we see the massive change in new ownership has brought to Newcastle. Big point there. This is what we need to discuss as well. Newcastle were definitely a sinking mark, and under Mike Ashley, wasn't it? But now, yesterday, we can see what the new manager is, new company is doing. Sorry, new ownership in the PSG, but they've been doing it smart. They've been doing organically, like they've been building it, like everything that toxic environment that Ashley had, like it's taking them 2 years now, and slowly recruiting in. And this is exactly the same that I think that Manchester United should do as well. Any opinions regarding that, Mark?
Yeah, well, you see, there's two differences for me with Newcastle, right? One, they were sinking, but they were never that club in the UK. You know what I mean? They were one of the big clubs, but they were never that club. So when it comes to a club of the size of Manchester United, and I could even say Liverpool, right? Because Man City is still new to this. So let's say Liverpool and Manchester United. It's like these clubs have a history, they have a foundation and an expectation that's constantly there, year in, year out, day in, day out, to win,
Yeah,
right? So when you're doing a rebuild, it's also difficult because if you show a lot of possibilities, then you open up more expectations, and that's the problem with United right now. But getting Sheikh Jassim and Qatar will be great for us because it will help solve the majority of those problems. It just fans need to understand that regardless if it's the Sheikh or Jim, it's gonna take a 2 to 3 year period for
it
everything
should
to
be.
start working. You know what I mean? You can't just say we're gonna buy 10 new players today and you put them in the team tomorrow and then they start winning games. It just
Yeah,
doesn't happen. So it's a process thing, and hopefully it
trust
doesn't
the
take 2 to 3 years.
process.
But you know what I mean? That's how it's gonna go right now.
Well, you have to trust the process, 100%. Trust the process. Big up, hey everyone, back with membership. Big up for you, everyone. Welcome to the stream, and please don't forget to hit that like button. Can we get up to 17,000 subscribers today? Can we? We are 10 people away. And by the way, I just also read that Newcastle takeover took 18 months. To be fair as well, so that's got a valid point, and that is yet a point what I said. Our fan base is so impatient. You know, Sam Fembase, saying, "Oh, change Rashford for Garnacho, Garnacho for Rashford. Garnacho is not." You know how it goes, right? Uh, I do understand because we are not the club that we used to be under Sir Alex. We used to win everything. We used to be the best. We used to be best in class. But certainly, we are going that way with the new ownership. The only way forward from now is just back the manager. Don't sack the manager. Give him time. I know we had a dire, run of fixtures, and we lost a lot of games, and we had a lot of injuries. You got to take everything in consideration, right? Everything in consideration. And good news as well, Mark.
Yeah, it's really good news. And like when you look at the way, like if you look at how things are progressing with our team in particular, like even if we're not talking about the transfer right now, it's just the team hasn't been doing pretty well, but they've been doing well last season. But we were doing it based on a defense, right? We weren't doing it based on good football. And now that the team is trying to play good football, the manager is implementing these systems, and it's going to be a trial and error phase. You know what I mean? So I understand fans are disappointed with the losses and disappointed with how the team has been playing, but it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride. But I hope everyone will be willing to strap in and support the team because it's going to get better soon.
100%, 100%. And coming out like this, a super chat coming straight from down under Australia. Big up, Jeff Steele. First, you can become a member, and now you're. Thank you so much, sir. This is our new studio. This is the new effects, and I'm going crazy because I'm like a child. Big up, whatever you say, Jeff Steele, Ten Hag, not the problem. 100%, my friend. Players and owners destroying our hopes and dreams. Time for a massive change of both and give this manager what he deserves. First and foremost, thank you so much. Thank you. And I totally agree with you. I will give you my falling hearts. Oh, I love these effects. Oh, I'm
Lots of
reckless
love.
today. I'm reckless today, but I'm in a good mood. But big shout out for Jeff Steele as well. You
I
agree
mean,
what Jeff is telling you? You're on the same path as me and what Jeff
yeah,
is saying.
I totally agree. And I also agree with what this guy is saying here. You know, Araya
I
Daniela. He's saying Sheikh Dassim needs to come in and sack Arnold, Muto, and hire Ragnick and Mitchell DOF. So I think that's a
Ooh,
good plan. I really, really like this,
100%.
because I really, really backed Ralph Ragnick, and I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard that
RJ,
he
I can
got
see your
sacked the
comment.
way he
Who's
did.
kissing that? We have a new assistant called Bella. It's the latest. This is our artificial assistant, Bella. Bella can read news. Bella can do everything. She can kiss. She can send hugs, and she will take care of the whole community. Oh, Mick, falling hearts as well. Big up, big up. Because at the end of the day, mental health plays a massive, massive part of our lives, and this is our family. And of course, we're hurting you know, uh, when we are losing. But it's like any other family member, if somebody's falling down, you're there to pick them up, right?
Hmm.
That's what we have to think about. Like, we are where we are today, but the season is still long. There's still hope. There's still, do you believe he can turn this around considering that, Reguilion is now coming back? What I heard, he's going to be considered for the game against Brentford. Like, we have a natural left back coming in there. And then Amrabat is probably going to step up to the midfield. Um,
Solidity, Mick. It sounds like a solid foundation is coming back to the team, and not a moment too late, not a moment too soon. And I hope it continues because as we progress through the international break, we're going to see two, three more players come in, and then in January as well, return from injury. So, like, when the coach gets the players who play the specific positions back in contention, and we have a team with players who are supposed to be playing in their position where they are on the field, then I'm going to judge him really harshly. But until then, I need to back him because he's doing what he can with what he has.
oh,
And people might complain and say it's not good enough, but
yeah, but it doesn't make sense to sack a manager now either. Like, now, where are we going to finish? Are we going to be relegated? We still have cup games to play. Like, changing in the manager in this seventh. I mean, we're coming up to the eighth game, but definitely, reports came out today that he's safe. He bought himself some credit. Fair enough. I kind of like that, you know. But he's got to take some critique. Yes, for his team selections. But I got to say, well, like Peter Alien Tenno, big up to you, Mark, and the chat. And big up to you, Alien Tenno. And I hope you're healing well because Alien Tenno, oh my God, Alien, you send me those pictures after that game, like, Galatasaray. Alien Tenno actually was in the stadium. He was pissing down in the rain. He slipped and he fell down and he had nasty cuts and bruises and ended up in hospital. And apparently there was also like a shambles, it's like, from the greedy glazes. They managed to sell, like, I think it was 2,000 tickets for Galatasaray away fans to stand right in the middle of United home section, and they were being nasty. They were like, there was abuses, there was fights, there was brawls. There was just like, oh, you don't do that. That shows you how broke these greedy bastards are, to be honest, right?
Mick is a disgrace. I don't know how else to say this. It's beyond disgusting. It's lack of concern. It's negligence against fan safety. They are children. They are senior citizens. They are women that go to games. Are you telling me that even UEFA, who allows a certain amount of traveling fans, you're gonna allow? There was reportedly 10,000 Galatasaray fans in the stadium last night, right?
Hmm.
And the majority of which were in fan sections, not in the away section, right? Could you imagine that?
No, I
There
can.
was I read on Twitter that a young girl, she got hit by a coin when people were throwing coins at them, and she had to go get stitches above her eyebrow.
Yeah, no,
She's a little
that's
girl. She's probably 5. Like it's these are the things that concern me, because as much as the Glazers, we hate them, this is beyond just normal stuff. This is like worse. This is a lack of care. Totally. They need to be out of here. Like
I need to be
I heard
hungry.
fans saying some crazy stuff, and I don't agree with them, because what happened at Ajax is really sad to watch. You know what I mean? All the destruction. But if things like these continue to happen and they disregard the concerns and the safety of fans,
Yeah.
then they're gonna have a lot on their hands.
Ah, they're actually what Simon Heron said. Glazers are actually criminals. Yes, but I'm not here to talk about the takeover today because we did a big podcast yesterday. Madhouse, welcome, my friend. It's been a long time, amigo. Hope you're doing. Had Eric Ten Hag bought in his first choice and got rid of the crap, what would be a formation look like today, Mark?
I think I totally agree with Matt Howe's statement there in two ways. One, I totally agree. If he bought in his first choices, by now we would be doing a lot better and a lot more advanced in the way we play the football according to Eric Ten Hag's style. But also, I would also say that not always you will get exactly what you want, not just in football, not just in any workplace, but in life. So sometimes you have to make do. So I'm agreeing with him 70%, and 30% I'm going to think, he still needs to do a job with some of these
Yeah,
players,
but
even
you know
though,
what? At
you
the end
know,
of the day, your job as a manager, like Ten Hag, is to manage the squad, managing the coaching staff. You have certain people that you're responsible for, like, who reports into you. But you report into who? John
the
Murto.
invisible man, the
John Murto,
invisible man.
the invisible man that sits there on his ass going away on holidays, and 2 weeks left of the transfer window, he wakes up, like, seriously, like, no wonder we are failing. Like, he threw a previous manager on the bus as well in his reign as well. So that's so easy to be incompetent, to sit on a job that you're not really competent to be. And at Ajax, at least you had a synergy where Ten Hag was working with Overmars, and there was this triangle: Overmars, him, and Van den Sar, like the CEO as well. And then you formulating sporting project, a vision. You sit down together and discuss the recruitment plan. And Ten Hag didn't have full power control because it was always in discuss within this trio, like, and but we don't have that. We don't have. There's a massive gap. Uh, what Ten Hag wants, what every manager wants, above to the board level. They care about money, and of course, Murta is a Glazer simp. He's there employed by the Glazers, like to sabotage in a certain ways. So in the summer window, like we got reports that he never got his first target. Mason Mount was not his first target signing. He wanted this. What's his name? Javi
Frankie,
Javi Simmons.
Xavi
Javi Simmons.
Simons.
Javi
Yeah,
Simons. Yeah, he wanted him. The place for
he
RB
plays for
Leipzig.
Leipzig.
Leipzig. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but it's typical. He wanted Amrabat. He was so insistent on Amrabat. The club still wanted to give him Rabiot. They're so obsessed with Rabiot because John Murta went there and got stood up by Veronique twice.
Twice.
he swiped left on Tinder and went there, like for the wine and dine, and she stood him up. So you see, like I don't understand who is actually in charge there, like and what football knowledge did they have, like you had pedigree managers like Mourinho, They threw him under the bus because second season around he didn't get what he wanted. Same with Van Gaal, like they got rid of him, and so it goes. So this time around, we fan base, we need to sort of stay a little bit patient. I believe he can turn this around. I mean, if you're looking at the current injured squad that we have and muscle injuries, and people are coming back though. Kobe Mainoo is coming back. Yeah, it's
Super
definitely
excited for that.
super
Like,
excited about that. Regulan's coming back. Malacia is coming back, so we'll be well stocked on the fullback situation as well, because Malacia can also play on the right back position as well. Regarding
exactly.
the Onana situation, um, yeah, I feel a little bit sorry for Onana, to be honest. Like it's never easy, like what he did. But it doesn't look like he's the same. This was the goalkeeper that was is nominated for Ballon d'Or and that was playing in the Champions League final. He's nowhere near the form that he was. Maybe it's the lack of confidence. Maybe he's just a little bit afraid, or maybe he's not getting. Yeah, maybe he's still getting warm in his clothes. I don't know. But do you think that Ten Hag should take him out of the firing line or just keep playing him? Because if you take him out of the fire line, his confidence will drop even further.
See, the problem is, Mick, dealing with a keeper is not like dealing with an outfield player, you know. When you drop a goalkeeper, especially when you're the manager that brought him to the club, right? In the first 3 months, that's a big, big message to the team. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Whether you're trying to send that message or not, it comes across as, yo, no one's safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's already having issues. He may need to drop Marcus Rashford for one game or three
Yeah.
games or maybe for a month. No one knows. But his form has not been right. But could you drop Onana and leave Marcus Rashford starting?
Well, listen, regarding Rashford, this is how mediocre Gareth Southgate is. Guess what? Just
He
came out thirty
selected him.
37 minutes ago. Marcus Rashford and Harry Maguire has been called up for the England October fixtures. Southgate picks favorites. If you're going to talk about who is picking favorites, you're going to look at Gareth Southgate.
You know, there's one thing I always think about Gareth Southgate, you know? And I don't know if anyone would agree with me, but I always think that Gareth Southgate picks players, especially from Manchester United, based on him trying to send messages for the FA to the club or to the manager in charge. Because when Rashford was in really, really good form, well, he didn't get selected one time, I remember. When Sancho was in good form, he didn't get selected. Right? This was the year with Ronaldo, right? When these guys and the first couple of weeks, these guys were in form and some of the guys were playing, he would not select them. But he's selecting Maguire. Why? Because the coach is not playing him. He's selecting Rashford because Rashford is not in good form to show what he's going to make Rashford win, or is he trying to audition for Manchester United? I don't know
I
because
don't know.
you know it's
Um,
crazy right now
it
because
is
like
crazy. At least he's got a sister. He assisted Rashford assisted Hojlund for the Hojlund's goal in the Champions League. That was a beautiful goal. And I was thinking, were you shooting Marcus? But no, he was actually crossing the ball. He was,
yeah, he was
uh,
crossing. Like Marcus will do well. Like I mean, not everyone might rate him,
confidence.
but if his confidence gets somewhere to passable levels, he
It
will
is.
be on
That's what it
on
is
on
with
the
our
mend.
team right now. If you look at Champions League, we played some brilliant football, according to my opinion. But we were the dominating team. But you know, uh, that's what baffles me at the end of the day. That's what is hurting because we played good football and we got let down because people dropped their heads, like they went to sleep. Um, I've never seen a game when you're in total control, you're dominating game, and you're losing the game with 3-2. You know what I mean? It's just like I've never seen it before. They didn't have much possession. They didn't have any, much chances. Um, so, but you can see that something is happening with the team. They are playing. They just need to keep it tight. They just need to lock it down. And I believe that the defense is where we are leaking at the moment. So, looking at Reguilion coming in, Lindelof still there. Oh, Mark disappeared. Got bad coverage. Mark will come back anyway. Basically, what you are saying here, Jeff Steele, Mark is coming back. He just lost his internet, but you can see it. Jeff Steele, you're saying poor Ten Hag is unfortunately trying to patch a sinking ship that needs to be sunk and started again. Getting no support from the top to down. Everything about this club is now toxic. That was the report was saying. I remember this German Coast Guard commercial. It was about insurance. And there's this new interim that sits there in the control room, radar room, and he gets a mayday, mayday call. And have you seen the commercial? He goes, Mayday, 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 we are sinking. I know, hello, this is the German Coast Control. How can I help you? We are sinking, we're sinking. He goes like, what are you thinking about? What you thinking about?
It's hilarious, Mick. It's hilarious.
Hilarious. Big
I
up.
mean, the I mean, it's like there's a lot of things you could question, right now, and there's a lot of things you could say. Well, we have standards this and we have standards that, but right now, for the last 5 years, we haven't seen the standards of United we've seen under Fergie. So to judge a manager based on those standards right now, when the players have not even shown that they are at that standard for the last 5 seasons, it's a bit harsh, you
It's
know.
a bit harsh.
So, and we were all Ten Hag in last season when we came third, played two
Yeah,
finals and won a cup.
yeah.
So,
Now you're flipping on him now. True.
yeah,
Sancho
seven,
had
eight
issues.
games, nine
Yeah.
games into the season,
Ivo,
this
big up to
doesn't
you, mate.
it doesn't
Sancho
make
had issues.
sense.
Yeah, Ivo says Sancho has issues at Dortmund as well, but the coach kept selecting him. Yes, that's the first part of your statement. Why? He is smashing it. He was smashing it where it counts, in front of a full stadium. Training form is bollocks. So you can unpack that, Ivo, in 2 or 3 parts. Like, yeah, he had issues at Dortmund. He has issues here, and he's apparently not going to be the big man to apologize in front of his teammates and the club. And the club always wins, and he's not going to play. Yeah, I think that he's going to go to Saudi Arabia in January. For big money there as well. And coaches selecting based on form, right? And maybe the coach saw something in him when he wasn't informed. Same with Rashford. Why he's selecting Rashford? Because he knows that there's a player in Rashford there. Like, Rashford will become good. Um, but the whole team is kind of what I'm trying to say. After that deflation lost, you can see the confidence is not there because they know deep inside we played well, but we let ourselves down. The body language. This is what the reports were saying as well. So big up to you. Hopefully we can turn this around, Evo, and we can be more positive, mate. Um, Onana is the new Luis Karius, 100%. Prove me wrong. Onana City game coming soon. Oof, don't want to talk about that one. He's been
Why not?
selected. He's been selected for his national team as well.
It's also
Cameroon.
been reported that he's maybe thinking of not going to play for Cameroon so he could focus on his United
He should.
career at the moment because he's not happy with the bad start he's having, so he wants to prove to the fans and the team that he's here to do the job we signed him
Oh,
for.
big up Mario Icardi, and we got to give you the roses for Galatasaray. Galatasaray is back
Ga-
in the house. Big up to you. But you have Bayern Munich next, right?
Yeah, they're gonna get
Good luck
smashed
with
up.
that. You're gonna get smashed. Honka Kane's gonna score, so you can be Mario Icardi as much as you want. To be honest, big love, big shout out, RJ. What are you saying, Simon Henry? Can you read this, Mark, as well?
RJ, I do think Onana will come good, mate. Every keeper we've bought always takes time to settle. New style of playing, etc. I never wanted De Gea to go. It wasn't a massive priority this season, though, at least.
Yeah, big up for you, man.
Totally
This
agree, Simon.
totally agree, Simon. In a way, if I look at it from my logic, instead of focusing on, okay, we're gonna fix the midfield and the attack because that was the problem, right? He went a little bit here, a little bit in the midfield, and a little bit in the back, and the goalkeeper. He should have never done that, right? He shouldn't, because that's too much. And then you're trying to implement your playing style. But that shows you he's got a winning mentality. He wants to win now. He wants to please the fans, and he's failing at the moment. So if we're failing, we need to back him, right? Because we don't want to fail as a team as well.
But
We
I
want to
also would like
base.
to
Hmm?
highlight what Valhero was saying. At the beginning of the season, teams may have problems with adaptation, conditioning, and not being able to make a team. I think MU will reach the desired level after a few weeks. You should be patient. I think that also speaks to what's happening with the team at the moment because at the same time, We yes, he changed something in front, he changed some parts in the midfield, and yes, he changed some things in the defense. But I felt like if he just focused on the midfield and he didn't change something in the attack, there would be a problem with the connection and the link up. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
when you have some attacking players who are so bent and used to playing counter attacking football, when you play with a possession based midfield, it's going to be difficult for them. They won't find the spaces or the channels to run into that they are looking for. So I think he had to do it a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. But the problem is that the rest of the players that are still here, who should be trying to get on board and do their best to get the basics right, at least the basics of his system right, they are not really doing that. So that's
No,
giving us
really.
more problems than he anticipated. Because at the end of the day, he basically expected these players to be professional, which
Yeah.
is basic requirements for players at a club.
Okay, then. So confidence is there. We're not going to get stung. I mean, Brentford has been gashed lately as well. So, yeah, what do we expect from Saturday, to be honest? Milos Mitic is saying Greške, Erik ten Hag's kupovanje Onana, Mount, and Hojlund. He says the fault of Erik ten Hag is to buy Onana, Mount, and Hojlund. But I think Mount was never his first signing. There was a club signing as well, what I understood. Um, they did some kind of deal. Um, the only thing that he was his first signing was Amrabat, according to Milos Mitic. Big up, Milos. Super, super. Thank you so much. I give you a muscle pump there, mate. Uh, what else do we have here? So, listen, shall we just move on to the game that we are playing? Off the
Yeah, we can.
field, it's been dire weeks. You know, the manager's been dealing with a lot of things that to deal with. Like, if you think about it, tell me one manager had to deal with all this shitstorm that came down, falling down, basically. Kaka.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm thinking about it in the sense that we can do better this weekend. Of course, we're going to get a result and we should see a reaction from the team. It's basic to expect these things. Like, we had a disappointing loss midweek. Like, no one at the game or watching the game would have believed we were going to lose that game with the way we were playing. Now, we lost Casemiro, but it
Yeah.
happens.
But
The
we have
team has,
Amrabat then. We have
yeah, we have
Amrabat
Amrabat. So, like,
and
and then,
Copenhagen.
you know, people talk about Copenhagen, but I'm like this, right? We have their best striker who came from them, the one who got away. You know what I mean? So I think he's gonna be the one to lead us back against Copenhagen. He's been scoring goals consistently in the Champions League, and we've seen the difference in goals he can score
Oh,
from the
yeah.
head,
Oh,
from
yeah.
from the tap in with the deft touch. He's got the burst of speed. So this guy Ten Hag talent ID is being underestimated because
Ah,
everyone thinks every single player that you pick is going to be some are going to some is going to be jade and others will be diamonds. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a give and take, and you're going to do it
yep.
sometimes, and you're going to miss sometimes. So it's just a
We will say
patience
like
game, in my
this:
opinion.
Rasmus Højlund has arrived. Rasmus Højlund, you're my new hero. Come on, tell me how good it is. He's 20 years of age, this guy, and you can see what he can do. That run that he did was super fast, and that flick that he did was amazing. He could have scored a hat trick. He got one goals choked away. And this gives me a glimmer of hope that we should build a team around the striker. I've never seen somebody burst into the scene in this speed of light. He hardly played a full season at Copenhagen. He hardly played a full season at Sturm Graz. He hardly played a full season at Atalanta, and we got him. And we got him. And he's going to be for many, many years. Like, as a young kid still, usually strikers come to the pumps like, in 27 upwards. But imagine this guy if he keeps going on this rate. I know it's too early. I know. But imagine, you know, are we looking at the next Ronaldo legend here, Mark?
I don't know. It's
I
hard to say. Like when I watch his style and I watch some of the things he does, I don't really think of Ronaldo, but I do think of someone like Miroslav
Oh yeah, closer.
And when I think of him, he's consistent. He's very, very lethal a finisher, and he has the right ability. You just need to get him the ball.
Yeah.
So
Just
that's
get
what
him
I
the
think
ball.
of Rasmus right now. Just
Get
get
him
him
the
the
ball.
ball.
Get him the
Yeah,
ball.
get him the ball.
Get him the ball. Anyway, we got to move on, guys. Just I cannot lie, Mark. Like, I was yesterday, I was deflated. I didn't want to check any social media. I did one podcast, and there was 1 hour, and it was needed, like, to touch base again with Paul and just talk about the takeover. And I see the end is coming for the Glazers 100%. And you can take Newcastle as example, and you know like a prerequisite, like a cheat scores card sheet, like, you know what I mean. That's the proper way to do it. You get in a new director of football, Paul Mitchell, or this from Atletico Madrid guy, this Italian guy, or you get a new CEO in. Maybe Ralph Ragnick as a CEO.
Maybe. I
Has he
mean,
been
like,
in clubs?
well, he was at
Leipzig,
Austria.
RB.
He was at Austria, coaching Austria recently up at the World Cup, to up until the World Cup and for the Euros. But recently, he's been reported to have been at the both under 19 qualification games versus Bayern and Galatasaray for United. So the reports are stating that he's been contacted by Sheikh Jassim to resume the role that he was meant to take up, which is at CEO. But we
I
don't
love
know
that.
for sure. Although the reports are what they are, being at the United under 18 game twice in Champions League is more of intentional than a coincidence, I think. So you
No,
never
we
know.
need we need an open heart surgery. A little bit of TLC. We are desperate. We're dying for it. We need to win. We need to get back to our winning ways. Big kisses, not only for Jeff Steele. Anyway, we got to dive right into. You know, should we do this, mate? Should we just go into the lineup?
Oh, you want to talk about the lineup? That's not too bad. Let's go into it. Let's see what's going on here today.
Oh, let me see. Let me just see what I can do here. Oh, we got to remove this chat here. Can you get rid of that chat by
Yeah,
clicking
one
that
second.
away? Cool. Maybe I could put ourselves in the middle. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. What's going on
No,
there?
it's fine.
Anyway, bah, do like this. No, hang on. Put this one on top in first. There we go.
Right.
Nah,
Let's
that's
go.
better. I already
That's much.
cheated, Mark, to be honest. But I want the engagement, and you can handle the chat room while I'm talking here as well. Of
Sure.
course, based on what the fan wants, I put in Bayandir as a goal. But what you guys reckon? Is that Bayandir is going to start, or will it be Onana?
I would just say this now. I don't think Ten Hag is ready to send that message to the team.
No.
So I would say he would keep Onana, but I would also say he might possibly drop Rashford.
Okay.
So
What's the VR room saying?
mm, no one hasn't said it.
As a
Onana to start.
fans, a lot of people are saying out Zoom. What are you saying? Onana to start. Yes, I think that don't take him out, because if you take him out, his head's gonna drop.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's gonna be
He's
bad.
gonna play
I,
him.
so I feel like it would be a good option to give him one more game. And
Yeah,
really
and
and truly, to be fair,
we're
we have
playing
to be
Brentford as
careful.
well.
Yeah, we have to be careful as fans. Like, some players do need dropping, but right now we can't drop 3, 4 players from this team. It's
Hmm.
going to be critical. Like, even though we have youngsters, you're still going to need these guys to provide backup as a substitute at some point, maybe 2, 3, 4 games down the line. So I think if he benches Rashford for the first half, I think that works well for the team. And I think maybe over the course of the next 3, 4 games, he could rotate Bruno with Mount as well. And maybe that would work.
Maybe, maybe that will work. Um. So the back four, I went for Reguilion, Lindelof, Varane, and Dalot. It picks itself if Reguilion is reported to stay.
Well, I mean, I would like to see Regulon. What are the chat rooms saying? Is anyone else would like to see Regulon start
Of
tomorrow?
course, you need a natural left back. Not tomorrow. It's
Oh,
on Saturday.
on Saturday. LB is saying he wants to see the same 11.
No, don't play Amrabat. Let Amrabat was recruited in to play a CDM role, right? The number 6. So if we have a left back that is fit, I would rather see the Reguilion start. Rashford off the bench. What you saying here, guys? Okay, I just want to clear this is kind of my lineup the way I see it. Yes, Reguilion is what Araya is saying as well. What are you saying there, Mark?
I'm saying this. I'm agreeing with Nigel Flynn here, and I will say Ten Hag has his way and his ideology. And also, I would like to say that I would agree with if we were to start Regulon and maybe put Amrabat next to maybe Hannibal, because I feel
Hannibal.
like, yeah, I feel like he needs to play 90 minutes. I'm not a fan, but again, from his performances, he needs to be in the lineup.
Okay, but we're now thinking what Ten Hag will line up with.
So
I see Amrabat, Casemiro, and Mason Mount, and drop Bruno. Give Bruno a little bit of rest, but he's the captain. He will start, right?
exactly. So that's why I'm saying the more likely situation is him starting everyone and dropping Rashford for Garnacho.
Okay, Mount started, so basically Mount goes out to the right.
Maybe he might start Mount on the right, play Bruno, and play Garnacho. But I feel if there's anyone that may get dropped by Ten Hag would be Marcus Rashford in this game.
Marcus Rashford, because Mount and Mount cannot start. Bruno and Mount doesn't work together.
No, they can start together, but it's hard to say Mount cannot start. Like again, I'm not a Mount fan, but if I have to be honest, you know, it, I wouldn't mind seeing him start.
So
He
what
gets a lot of
are
opportunities in the attacking third. He
Mount?
gets a lot of opportunities.
Are you Mount
Hmm?
and Jew or 7 Up?
Yeah,
Mount and Jew. You get it. Okay, so for sub here we can put who do we put here as sub? I think it would be sub here if I put in a Hannibal.
yeah.
So you can see a Medjugorje there as a sub as well. I think Rashford needs a dropping. Garnacho needs to start. I think Anthony will start on the right wing since he's available and training, and Hojlund on top.
Most certainly, I agree with. I think Anthony's going to start this game.
Yeah, 100%.
I would. I honestly find. I find it hard because Palestri. I think, as opposed to a lot of fans, that he did really well against Bayern, from for what we expected of him and for who he was up against. And I seen him play in the midweek, and he looked even better. And I think he gets more consistent game time, he would be developed into the player that we actually could rely on the right hand side.
Hmm.
But I would also say Anthony has all of those things already. The only thing Anthony is missing is the final pass and the final shot at goal, the output. So I'm looking forward to see how Anthony starting on Saturday will change our team, because I am thinking most importantly that his introduction will also benefit Hoyland a lot. You know?
Okay. If we go back again, are you agreeing with this lineup then?
Yeah, I'm totally in agreement with that lineup
You're
right there.
uncool. You're uncool. That's it, people. That's we got to smash a little bit of confetti for this one. Let's hope. But at the end of the day, what it is, Ten Hag will pick his team, and we will see stars align. Hopefully, this is the
Exactly.
time that we're giving you to Ten Hag. Show us the fan that you can drop players. Show us. And by the way, we are so close, but not a cigar. We are 4 subscribers away from 17,000. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you're watching this channel, please, if there's 4 of you, please hit it right now. Please do it. Thank you so much. Do it. Just do it now. We want to achieve that 17,000.
Mick, have you seen what RJ is saying here?
Yes, this is what we're talking about.
Oh, I thought we
Certain.
were talking about Paul Mitchell.
No, I spoke it to I started to say that if we back the tape like 20 minutes ago, I said about this Berta guy from Atletico Madrid. Both Spurs won him and United is wanting. So basically, that's telling you that we are looking to replace this clown.
Yeah, that's and you want to know something? I think it's the best thing forward. Like I don't. I'm one of those fans that thinks the club will only move forward without the Glazers. But even if we get an actual director of football, maybe we might move forward before the Glazers leave and just catapult into the stratosphere when they actually go. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a combination of more than two things that just keep United down. We have like the
Yeah.
Glazers, a shit board, crap president, CEO, and the DOF. You know what I mean? And those three things are like the axe, the pick, and
Hmm.
the stone that weighs down United and keeps us anchored into mediocrity right now for the last couple of years. So
Yeah. No, I can read that Evo Boss is coming. Hiring these people says Glazers are not staying. No, hiring these people means that it doesn't matter if it's Ineos or you know that tells you there's a change of personnel because everyone is going to go above Eric Ten Hag, and you got to recruiting proper footballing people. Glazers will never do that, right? Glazers will never sack Murta or anything above. Arnold, Murta, every one of them has to go. So just put a little bit logic to it. Why are we all of a sudden linked to the best sporting directors or recruitment directors in the industry? Who is asking for it? You know, we will find out in a couple of weeks' time, 100%, because it's got to come to an end. It's got to come to an end. Rivals can keep laughing until the takeover happens. Same with they did with Newcastle, my friend. What a sweet victory that was. What a night in Newcastle yesterday. It was buzzing. It was rocking. Fabian Schär, you know,
listen, don't get me
Fabian
started
Schär.
on Fabian Shea, because this guy fell into a worldy, literally, like I was watching the game and I saw him about to take the shot and I saw him slip and in mid slip and fall took a shot.
He took a shot.
Amazing. Once in a lifetime.
No, but it was
Congratulations to
once in a
him.
lifetime, basically. It happened, and they deserve it. Like
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
been
yeah.
Ronnie Paul under this guy. What's his name? Forgot his name.
Mike Ashton.
Ashton. Yeah, he's just been
Yeah.
neglecting them. Same with us, kind of thing. But and they got bought up, and look what they're going at right now.
Yeah,
Hundred
but
percent.
yeah, but okay, and also I have to say the mentality of the players at the team right now, like it's all about the whole energy. You see, the owners came in, they bring their energy, their philosophy to the club. Like we want to win. This is a moment. This is a matter of pride, not just make money, you
Hmm.
know, but pride. Like you got to fight tooth and nail, blood, sweat, and tears type of pride, you know. And this is what that team gives me when I
Yeah,
look at them.
listen, Evo. Newcastle's going to win a Champions League with Longstaff, and Eddie Howe. Never say never. Guess who won the league 2016? Hmm? The upcoming from they were upgraded. Leicester.
Yeah,
Leicester
Leicester.
with Claudio Ranieri. Leicester. Who would have thought that?
No,
Average players.
I would be fair. Claudio Ranieri is a genius of a coach.
Yeah,
Like a lot of
but it was
people
all
only know him.
togetherness.
A lot of people only know him from Liverpool, but Claudio Ranieri back in the earlys in the 90s was a big coach in Italy, and in
Yeah.
Spain. So
Big up Paul Hogan, Mike Ashley. Thank you for reminding us. Paul Hogan, are you the Australian actor like Crocodile Dundee? Jokes aside. G'day. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Anyway, when are we gonna play? When do we play Newcastle? We have bigger fish to fry. We have City on the 29th, isn't it? 29th of October, 2 weeks away. Playing Brentford. We're playing Copenhagen. Who else are we playing?
Is Brentford, Copenhagen,
And
Co- um, Brentford again, Copenhagen, then Newcastle, then City. I think.
let me check. just to clarify, what are we talking about? Matches we are playing. Yes, Brentford at home. We're playing Sheffield away.
Sheffield was you want to talk.
Away
Sheffield.
on the 21st of October. Sheffield is kind of a little bit of a you never know what you're going to get. Um, but they are kind of bottom of the table. And then we play Copenhagen 24th of October and City on the 29th. So that's a big one.
The city on the 29th is a big game, and I don't know. Like for me, derby games and games of that magnitude against rival teams like Liverpool and City, Arsenal, those are games you gotta throw form on out the window. Whatever is going on, you gotta forget about all of those things because I've seen Manchester United be unbeaten and face City and lose or draw. Same thing with Liverpool, and then I've seen Liverpool unbeaten and face Man United and lose or draw. It's crazy. So as a United fan, I'm hoping for a win.
I don't want us to go to, yes. Oh, don't remind me on Thursday, please.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a win.
I'm hoping for win. I'm hoping for win against Copenhagen. Rasmus Hojlund's former team. He's playing his brother.
His
His brother.
brother
Oh, what a rivalry.
and the youth team is playing his other brother.
Yeah. So
So
I
I'm
don't want
looking
us to
forward
go
to it.
into Simon. I don't want us to go into Europa League. No freaking way. Right?
Yeah, I think Rasmus is gonna sit his brother down and say, you know what, next year for you, bro. You know what I mean? Big
Okay, well,
brother gotta
guys,
take the ship.
let's just close the stream as well. I want to hear your score prediction regarding Saturday. St- Starting with you first, Mr. Mark Nurse.
I'm gonna say 2-0 because I think Onana is gonna have a decent performance. And for some reason I feel like the defense is gonna be very solid on Saturday. So I'd say 2-0.
2-0. Hoyland brace again.
Anthony.
Anthony's going to score.
Yeah. I have to back my South American brethren. You know what I mean? We come from that side of the world where it's tough out here, and you got to fight for everything you have.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna back my South American buddy right
Okay,
now.
let me check the VR. People are saying Arya is saying 1-0 to United. RJ is saying 2-0 United. Um,
Madhouse says 3-2.
Hoyland, yes. Madhouse is 3-2 to United. So we reckon we're going to leak in 2 goals against Brentford. No, 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 no.
No.
Um, Alan is saying 2-0. James is saying 1-0 United. Ramos is saying 1-2 to United. Tricky, what Alien Tenor is saying, 1 goal decides the game, 100%. Simon Heron saying 2-1 to United. Drex is here to say 3-1 to United. 3-1 to United. 3-1 win. Angie, big up Angie, lovely Angie, 3-1 as well. And I'm gonna sort of sing on your Spotify hymn shit as well, Angie. I will go with 3-1 United. But my heart wants Onana to keep a clean sheet if he starts. So 3-0 to United. Can I have an option B?
Option B, 3-0. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah, yeah. Keep Bueno quiet, 100%. LB is saying 1-2 to United. So he reckons we're going to lose, LB. Oof. We're here to provide a little bit of positivity, but if that's your score, LB, stick with. Maybe you should place a punt as well. Don't jinx it, LB. Jesus Christ.
Ah.
Um,
The one thing I wanted to remind fans and everyone in the VR room is that United is a strange team. And for all the years I've been watching United, there's one thing that happens in November,
mhm.
December, and late October for United every single season. And if any United fan out there been watching United more than 5 years, you know exactly what I'm talking about. United goes on this run of 2 or 3 draws, 1 win, and then all of a sudden we're unbeaten for 12, 15 games. So look forward. It's coming. I can tell you. That's for sure. That's the one thing like rain is with United.
I clip you. It's going to be run, Forest, run. I'll clip you. Anyway, big up to all of you. 4-1 to United. Brentford played the same way as Galatasaray, 100%. So as long as we can dominating, and I hope you enjoy the new stage. I hope you enjoy the new effects and trying to reinvent the thing. Like it's hard work, you know. I didn't think we would go more than 30 minutes today. Later on, we're doing Jay Daly. He's back. He's back. He's back.
Awesome.
So we're having calling a spade factuals. We're going to talk about the shambles, the everything around the Glazers and stuff like that. So tune in 9 o'clock UK time with Jay Daly, myself, and I might send you the link as well to call in. We might open the floodgates for you to call in, have a whinge, just release the negative energy. You can only go positive. Release the negatives. Anyway, guys,
Yeah.
big up. Um, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the donations and super chats. Big up to everyone in the VAR room, the moderators, Reber Bakib. Big up to you as well. We can see you. Um, yeah, it's time to close the shop because Brentford is currently shit, according to what you're saying, Reber. Did I say that? Or YouTube algorithm cut? Beep. Anyway, thank you for watching,
Like,
guys.
share, and subscribe, people.
Like,
Don't forget.
share, and yeah, don't forget to do this. So, like, share, and subscribe, and see you later. It's been Mick Ruby here, gassing it up together with my beautiful Mr. Nurse, nursing everyone's wounds. Mark Nurse, any final words before
Be
you die?
positive, fans. Back Ten Hog, and just have some patience, guys.
Yeah, because Regie, we're gonna have some Regie time. Reggie's coming back. Don't worry about a thing. Take it easy, guys. See you later tonight. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.